From High Point, North Carolina, the town better known as Little Chicago, it's time for the Friday Night Gamble! Featuring Matt Walsh and his co-host, the pride of Hardwood University, Ricky Dickerman. I'm your MC, Tony P, and tonight's special guest is none other than Bob Tarleton. Sit back, relax, grab that drink of choice as we roll the dice and hand it off to the Statesville troubadour himself, Matt Walsh.
Woo! Hi, honey! Hi, Almighty! Somebody say hi, Almighty out there. Hi!
Woo! Hi, Almighty!
Hi, Almighty! Well, y'all, welcome to another installment of the Friday Night Gamble. Kick your feet up. Stay here a while. Pay no mind that the world's on fire. All right? So, tonight we got a special guest, Mr. Bob Tarleton.
Woo!
Woo!
Welcome, Bob.
Thank you. Folks, if you're watching this, share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors, share it with the people you like, share it with the people that you don't like, share it with your co-workers, everybody. And whatever you do, go down there in that description of this episode of the Friday Night Gamble, Season 2, Episode 2, and find that little thing that says subscribe to Matt's YouTube channel, because you know what? You'll never miss an episode.
Nope.
Sometimes, you know what? You go to the beach, you forget, and then you have to, what you have to do, you got to go to Facebook, Bob.
That's right. Look
Yep.
And then you got to find out, here comes on Facebook.
Scroll down,
Here
I
comes
mean,
on
just kind of,
Facebook.
yeah.
And next thing you know, you're seeing all these ugly little nasty things that people write.
I know.
And hateful things.
You couldn't avoid all that.
Well, you're trying to find the gamble.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to find the gamble. I'm trying to find episode 7, whatever. But what you got to do, you just, once you subscribe, honey, darling, just go to that YouTube channel. Hit in YouTube. You just hit that link that's right down there in the description. You go to YouTube. It'll pop you up in YouTube, and you just hit subscribe. And you get all the things that with the Friday Night Gamble, we get cooking and butching. I mean, and the crazy thing about it is, Dickerman, it's not like Netflix or Hulu or what. It's free.
They kicked me off.
Free.
It's free. They kick you off. How do you get kicked off Netflix?
You know, there was
Don't
some
pay the bill.
complications. I did not agree to them raising their prices, and there was a standoff.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Next thing I know, I can't watch my movies.
Well, folks, we got to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, the guy that makes these things right here, these slides. They're the best slides I've ever played with, Bob Tarleton, Ricky Dickerman. I've done everything. I played with the Coricidin bottles. I've played with, you know, a socket wrench.
Yep.
Socket, all of, you know.
What kind of phase in life was it with the socket wrench?
We got a sticker over there that this guy makes, and he's got somebody playing a guitar with a fire extinguisher. That's how bad it is on the sticker. That's what the image is. But no, I got to give a shout out to my guy, Todd Doc Sigmeyer. He makes Rocky Mountain slides, and these are just a couple of them. This one's one that's based off the old Coricidin medicine bottle here. And also, we got to give a shout out to our old standby Club Tails. Who's got a Club Tail?
Yes.
I've got a Coors Light, but I will tell you this, I am doing a little Johnny Bootlegger tonight, which is
Johnny
a Club Tail
Bootlegger.
subsidiary. So anyway, if you're out there, let's just do a little team drink. If you have a
All
long
right.
week, it's time to just kick back and have a good time.
Woo!
And
I
everything
need
like
it.
that. So here's to you. Thank you for
Cheers.
watching Friday Night Gamble.
Oh my Lord!
I also got to mention our sponsors of our new game show, High Rollers. And that is Nip Law Firm. Thank you so much, Nip Law Firm. They are sponsoring this show, and what a show it is, Ricky.
Hey,
This guy, Richie Cash, he's downstairs right now. He's eating caviar and sushi. So he'll be up here.
he's a high roller.
Yeah, he is
High
kind of.
roller.
I saw what he pulled up in, man. It
He's
was,
helped me
yeah.
out a lot already. Like I have my checking account.
Does he even drive? Does he even
I'll
drive?
tell you this. I'll say this. Showbud was downstairs in the green room, and he was walking around doing his normal little thing and everything. And I looked down at his collar, and there was $100 bill draped that had been wrapped around his. I mean, just ever so neat. I mean, you would have thought it was like, I was almost like origami.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Richie Cash is an incredible human being.
He really is. And also, you know, we said Club Tails. We got that. You know, if you're out there drinking a Club Tail. Sadly, our Club Tail sponsorship is probably coming to an end.
Oh.
But there is a surprise, Tony P.
What's the
surprise sponsor?
Do you?
George Dickel?
No, you're gonna have to find out next week. But it's gonna be a big thing, you know. So you gotta tune in. Bob,
sir,
it is good to have you over. We've talked over the years, mostly online.
Yeah. Glad to be
But
here.
here you are, man.
Yes, sir.
And you are a drummer extraordinaire. You've been in a lot of bands in the Triad, and some successful ones too. Man. Some very successful. How long have you been playing? When did you start? That's what we asked. That's where this whole start.
I was a teenager when I started, and we're talking about the very
10
early
years ago?
70s.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I started playing kind of a few years later. You know, getting out playing with bands,
Right.
and been at it ever since.
Yeah. So what was your first? What was the first gig that was like you felt like this is going to be a professional deal?
That's a good question. Probably the first time I played in a bar and got paid.
Yeah. Okay. And that was, how old were you then?
I was probably 20, 21.
What was the music scene like? And I guess this is in around the Triad, right?
Yeah, it was all over the place. We had some really good local bands that were great blues bands, great pop bands. You know,
Like playing colleges, playing like. How often could you play? I guess is what I should say.
you could probably
I know on the college circuit, some of these college towns, you get like
3 or 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, playing in a real rock band, it mostly about once a week.
Right. So you're playing rock and roll back then?
Yeah.
But you're playing probably a couple other things then, maybe if you're playing 3 times a week and just playing 1 time a week rock and roll.
Yeah, and then we played country rock too.
Okay.
That was real popular back,
Okay. Yeah.
back in the 70s.
Still is, baby.
So what got you started playing drums?
I don't know. Probably seen the Beatles on TV. You know?
And
You're
it's
a
funny
runner
because
guy.
everybody of your generation usually says that.
Yeah.
And that just, I mean, it really proves what a powerful impact those guys
Oh,
had. I mean,
man, yeah.
it's amazing.
And at the same time, I was listening to soul music
Right.
a lot, being down here in the South.
Yeah.
And you know, it just started really catching on with me.
And I guess in the '70s, you talk about soul music. A lot of bands that you would play in. You had the beach bands going around.
Yep.
But the beach music, I always found, you know, if we played a place, you know that place in 6th and Vine in Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
I used to play back there in the early 2000s, and anytime it would happen quite often. Some cat would come in there and say, "Play some beach music," and you just play like a Jimmy Reed shuffle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't know what to do.
I got answered an ad one time for a band that was looking to do classic beach. And
It's so hard to say what is classic beach.
I know.
It's so hard.
What in the world?
It could be Otis Redding. It could be sitting on top of the dock of the bay. It could be Jimmy Reed. It could be
Well, I
Ray Charles.
auditioned for them, but when they gave me their playlist, I was like,
And then there's those beach bands.
yeah. Yeah.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah,
Scary stuff. Well, Dickerman, what do you have?
Hey,
And I gotta warn you now. Sometimes Dickerman will ask a music question. Sometimes he does a lot of really deep studying.
I
on the
don't know
guests.
music. No
But
one's
sometimes
ever
he'll
accused
just
me of
ask you
that.
like what kind of comb you use to wear to comb your hair.
Yeah,
Stuff
or
gets
you
really
know,
good.
blah blah blah. But we were talking in the green room as we were hanging out earlier. What's the most exciting thing that has probably happened to you in a long time that's happened in the last 2 weeks?
I'm a grandpa.
Bingo!
Wow.
Hey, congratulations!
Fantastic.
I say group drink.
First,
I say
I'm
group
gonna drink a
drink
Johnny
to that.
Bootlegger to that.
I say
Yes.
a little group
I ain't
drink to
gonna
that.
I'm gonna
That
crack
is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not going down it tonight.
Tell us
I'm
about
gonna
that grandbaby.
I got a little granddaughter. She's just bundled with joy.
There you go. What's her name?
Her name is Hazel.
Hazel.
that's a beautiful name.
Where did they come up? Do you know?
I have no earthly idea.
Well, cool.
that's kind of an old school name too,
I
you know.
like it.
So
Okay,
yeah.
So it's not a family name or
Yeah.
nothing like that. It's just Hazel. Well, Here's to you, baby Hazel.
Here's to you, Hazel.
Hazel.
And
Well-
your cool ass grandpa.
I'll tell you what, in honor of her, why don't we play a song?
Oh shit, I'm out of
So you're
beer.
gonna do.
I gotta go get it.
Let's just do a shuffle.
All right.
Bob doesn't sing or anything, but he just plays some kick-ass drums.
All right.
Like this. Ooh, baby, you sure look good to me. Ooh, baby, you sure look good to me. Well, sometimes I wonder, can your love be? Oh, now, babe, I've been crying all night long. Ooh, babe, crying all night long. Yeah, sometimes I wonder where you coming way back home. And now, baby, sure look good to me. Ooh, baby, sure look good to me. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, can your love be? I got it out.
Awesome. Woo!
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
Oh, look who
Bravo.
finally
Look at
came
that man
upstairs.
be. Let's turn it on over,
Holy mackerel.
folks.
Where'd he come
To North Carolina's favorite game show, High Rollers, and we got our man, Mr. Richie Cash. What you counting out tonight? How much you counting out tonight,
Hey,
big man?
that's 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll finish it.
Slow down, Hoss.
I'll finish it.
Slow
later,
down,
man.
Hoss.
We don't need all this
Whoa.
tonight. I just wanted to know how much I made off my last deal. That's all. That
Man.
Bitcoin.
What's
That
your
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's going crazy, I guess.
Bitcoin's
This
going
week. Where you been this
well.
Tell me about the travels of Richie Cash this week. Where you been,
Richie
man?
Cash. I'm all about that cash. You need to be all about that cash too. I just got back from Tokyo, Matt. I was out there. I was looking at the strength of the yen against the dollar. Sure, I can read it. Sure, I can look at other people's opinions. But I'm Richie Cash. I have made money all over this
Yeah,
country.
but where you
all
been
over
this
this
week?
world.
I mean, we know you're a big dog, but where you been this week?
Tokyo, baby.
You were in
Tokyo.
You really were in Tokyo?
Yeah, I was having that omakase meal.
I mean, you were here last. So I mean, you went to Tokyo that quick?
That's that's almost a 24-hour
yeah, when you do a private
flight.
jet, when you do private jets,
Oh, so you went on your
can
private
move.
jet?
You can
Ah.
move and shake like you need to.
I guess you get past
That's
the
what I'm
travel
trying to get to
restrictions
everyone out
too,
here.
right?
Private jets for all of us. For you too.
So,
Being rich and beautiful. That's what I'm about. I'm Richie Cash. It's in my name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so like, explain the game and in case. And who was the winner last week? I think Liz.
I'd like to
Bloodworth,
say,
right?
hey, congratulations to Liz Bloodworth.
Congratulations,
You got that
Liz.
cash. Yeah.
You got
Yes.
cash.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That's what life is about,
Hey,
baby.
$25 will buy a lot of sunny margaritas,
Hey,
Liz.
it'll buy a lot of sunny margaritas. You put it in an IRA. You can invest it in some Bitcoin. You do what you need to do with it. When you need help, come to me. 'Cause that's fine.
And don't you have
You know
some
how she
seminars
went?
around this area sometimes?
I'm sorry.
Seminars? Don't you hold some?
I will do
you
some
talk about that in
seminars at the
Greenville.
Ramada and High Point from time to
Right,
time.
right.
That over by the airport in Greensboro. I'll get to those later. Right now, I'll talk about our sponsor who helped Liz Bloodworth win that cash on this game. Which what we do is, it's simple. We're high rollers. You want to be a high roller too. We have a wheel. We have 7 categories. North Carolina musicians, mixed drinks, lycanthropy.
I like the way you say
Paranormal.
that. Let's say that
Buddy
again.
Hardwood.
Say that again.
Lycanthropy. What's lycanthropy, Tony P?
I have no idea.
That's right. That's right. I'm a high roller. I know. It's the study of werewolves. Going
Well,
up on your werewolf
I don't
trivia.
remember.
It's part of
I
the
don't
show.
remember reading about it in any science journal. So
Well, we'll get to that later. We got the Statesville Troubadour himself here, and then we got some random shit. So here's how it works. I spin this wheel. I ask a question. You're the first correct comment on the Facebook live stream. You win this cash. You win this cash. $25 hard cash. Ask Liz Bloodworth. She knows. Thanks to Josh Nip at Nip Law Firm as our sponsor for this. If you want to be a baller, you want to be a high roller, he's your guy. Residential real estate, estate planning. We all need to plan our estates, and family law. Don't let that girl tie you up. Don't let that lady tie you up.
You said this lawyer's coming on the show here pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna. He is a wheeler and a dealer, and so we're gonna have
So
to
we're
figure
going to
out
get
the
him
right.
on the show?
We'll get him on the show.
Oh, he's coming on the show?
Yeah, we hung out today.
Okay.
We hung out today. We had lunch. He's coming
What
on
did he
the
say?
show.
So he's coming on the show?
Yeah, I mean, but he is a sports agent as well. So he is the one who turned me on to this restaurant in Japan. He's
Okay.
been there. He's got players there all over America. All right, now that we're done with that business, let's get to the real business. Let's make that cash for you.
Well, explain how the game works first.
Yeah, we spin the wheel. The first correct comment on the live stream
after you ask the
the
question,
question about the category that pops up wins the money. It's simple,
You
baby.
just get some cold hard cash.
It's cold hard cash, 25 bones. You
And
can
Ricky,
do with it whatever you want to.
Ricky, you said the whole thing behind this was that you said if the sorry ass government was not going to give the people the money,
That's a whole different thing.
that
We'll get into.
you were gonna this is what you were going to give the people the money.
I discuss my ideas about
But
tax
actually, it's not
policy
you giving the
and
money.
cash.
Now it's Nip Law Firm. So you're
Right.
It's just I get what's going on here. You're just a mover and shaker, and you're lining things up. You're a networker too.
I deal with
Huge
the big
networks,
ballers.
huge
I'm a big
network.
baller. I deal with the big ballers.
Huge networking that you got going.
That's what we do,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
We're international. We're a
All
jet set.
right.
All right, let's roll this wheel and
Big
ask that
money,
question.
big money. Come on,
Let's
big
go.
money, big money, big money, big money, big money.
Ah, Thor's Paranormal.
Oh hell.
Thor's
I love Thor.
Paranormal.
I have not seen that guy in a while, Tony P.
Ah,
Have you seen Thor in a while?
Thor? No.
he's-
He did a great advertisement for my new album, Burnout Soul, which you can get.
He
Very
did.
good.
That's right.
Yeah,
Where?
thank you,
Where?
Bob.
I mean, he probably just went back to the swamps of
Well, he lives out
Okeechobee.
there.
Okeechobee,
He lives out in the
Okeechobee.
Everglades.
Yeah.
But he did a great advertisement for Burnout Soul. You can get it at my website, www.mattwalshmusic.net. and go there and get you a copy. Anyway, I didn't mean to intrude.
Oh no, I'm just counting
You
my
can
money.
respect my need to get the cold hard cash.
Right,
too.
yeah.
I'm
So we're
I'm
gonna
just
ask
counting
the
my money
question?
while you're
businessman
making
too,
yours.
to some degree.
Yeah.
Are we
that's
going to
okay.
ask the question?
Yes.
We are going to ask the question. Tony,
This 1987 film is a short motion
I don't
picture.
think that's it. It's the worst paranormal. The worst paranormal.
Is
This is not. I don't think you got the right one.
where did Thor hunt Okeechobee at? Where was when Thor was in Okeechobee? What was he hunting? Was it A, swamp ape? Was it B, Yeti? Was it C, Bigfoot? The first correct answer, first correct comment on the live stream wins that $25 cold hard cash. Again, the question is, when Thor came on the show, he had just come back from Okeechobee. What was he hunting? Swamp ape, Yeti, or Bigfoot?
Shit, I can't even remember the answer to this.
I got
The
it.
lucky winner
You got it?
will know it. The lucky winner
Man, I
will
feel
know
bad
it, and they
because
will make that
I sat here-
cold hard
Was it swamp ape? I
cash.
can't remember, man.
That winner will make cold hard cash. And remember, I'll come back later to announce the answer and tell you who the winner is.
All right. Take
Amen.
care.
And Bob.
See you later.
Have you been drinking, Richie? Richie?
Oh no! It's a long flight from Japan. Long flight from
red eye.
Japan.
A red eye.
Yeah, exactly. After eating all that sushi, it can get to you.
Well, anyway, Bob,
Yes.
you were in the last band you were in for 60 watt combo was Luxuriant Sedan.
Yes.
And you got, how long was that band together?
Oh,
About 5 years?
about close to 5 years.
Yeah. And you guys recorded 3 albums.
Mhm.
How did that all come to be? I mean,
We just started playing. We had some chemistry. You know, we were able to throw some pretty good music together, and you know, we talked about it and said, "Hey, let's."
so
You know, we're getting
were these guys that you've known for a while?
Oh yeah, I knew all.
Oh,
that.
so these are guys around Winston-Salem,
Yeah.
the Triad area that you've known for quite a while. And who all was in the band?
There was Mike Wazlowski.
Right.
Everybody calls him Wezzo. There was
Wezzo,
Ed
yeah.
Baumgartner, Gino Graninetti, Rob Slater, and myself.
Right.
And I've known all these guys forever. Matter of fact, went to see a like a little reunion gig with another band, and ran into Gino.
Okay.
And he said, "You know, we're looking for a drummer. I'm trying to put something together." So you know, that's where it went.
I've never met him, but he's an interesting cat. He plays a lot of cool guitars,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess he's been around the Winston-Salem scene since when?
That same amount of time I
yeah,
have.
yeah, right.
We're about the same age. Yeah.
So what? In all the time that you've been doing this, what have been your pet peeves? I like to ask.
Where do we start?
Yeah, because that's a great question.
It
And
is.
a lot of people don't understand the trials and tribulations that musicians go through
Yeah.
from time to time, Tony B.
Doing bands is
And
tough.
everybody thinks that you show up and everything's, you know, you get that guy. Everybody's had that guy in their career that called up and said, "Hey, what do y'all think about coming out here and playing for like 6 hours, and we'll pay you hot dogs and $200."
You're lucky to get that. I paid to play before. You know,
That happens in California. You know?
not literally like put money in the club's hand, but
Hey, Duncan, where the hell did you go?
I'm running out of beers, man. These cocktails.
Did you bring me one?
I got you one.
You got me
You
one?
want one?
Yeah, hit me. Yeah,
There you go.
Thank you, bud.
You're welcome.
Sorry about
when we're playing a lot of jobs, you know, you get paid for the time you're playing, but if you got to travel, stay, stay.
Yeah,
over
that's the stuff people
somewhere.
never take into
Yeah.
consideration. Yeah,
It ends up costing you money.
it does. It does. So you're paying to play.
Yeah, and the money hasn't changed much since I started playing.
That's the most common complaint that I hear
Yes.
from guys that are sidemen.
Mhm.
and of course, guys that are writing music and the guys that there's a lot of lucrative ways to make money. But if you're a side guy, that kind of sometimes ends up being the most common complaint that I've heard. And I guess you're just at the mercy of wherever you're playing and whatever, you know, I guess level, you know, the band is at. I mean, how does that work? I mean, how, in your opinion, what do you think? I mean, how does it differ from the things you went through back in like the 70s or 80s? Or
A lot of it is just having somebody that knows the system with you, and they can kind of work it, and you can
Buddy Hartwood.
turn a bland band into a overnight sensation pretty quick if you know the right things to do.
Hey, I agree. Listen, man, I've always said, and I don't think our audience will agree with this, but maybe they'll reflect on this and think about this. Is I've always said, man, you know, when you go see a band, and hell, man, I've been guilty of it too. You know, when I first saw Eric Clapton, I was starstruck. You know, but a lot of going and seeing a performance, I think 80% of it, especially for someone that's not a musician, is what you see.
Yep.
Not what you hear.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I think that speaks loudly. The one thing that I noticed today about bands, especially on a scene that's maybe and even in people that have really made it. And I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't want to get, you know, the Frankenstein treatment. But but anyway, you know, a lot of bands don't understand how to dress on stage. To dress like you're a musician. Yeah. And a guy named Kevin May, who's a saxophone player in rhythm and blues. He lived out in Wichita, Kansas, where I live. And he really impressed that upon me. He said, when you come in a room, if you're the musician, everyone should know you're the musician.
A few years back, I saw Max Weinberg on a lecture tour.
Fantastic, yeah.
And he mentioned that. He said his philosophy was dress better than the crowd.
That's what that guy told me, actually. Dress better than the crowd. Yeah. So they should know that you're the musician. I mean, that's, I don't know, that's just something.
But at the same time, you don't have to have, you know.
That doesn't mean you have to wear a suit.
A circus. You don't have to have a circus clown.
No, you don't. I mean, it can be a look. But have a look.
Yep.
That's my thing. You know, Michael Jackson didn't become Michael Jackson because he went out there in shorts and flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? He did not wear sweatpants. You know? No. You got to have something.
He made himself stand out, you know.
Well, it's visual.
Just said, visual. It is.
Art is visual.
I saw a video today of a bunch of guys standing around wearing flip-flops and shorts playing on the stage.
Doesn't that drive you nuts? And you go and you think to yourself, what the fuck are they thinking?
The girls like
what
it though.
The fuck are they thinking? Oh my goodness. Dickerman, what do you got? We're getting off the music stuff.
So your dad was in the Army, right?
Oh yeah.
And you've done some things for Purple Heart Foundation.
Played a couple gigs.
Couple gigs. How'd you get into that? Did your dad have a Purple Heart?
No.
And we tip our hats to all the people out there. Tony P, you're one of them.
Absolutely. Tony P's a veteran.
Let's do a team drink to him.
Team drink to veterans.
Thank you. Team drink to all the veterans.
Sorry, I was going to steal
Thank
beer.
you for letting us do what the hell we
Hoorah.
able to do.
Thank you, brother.
I was going to steal his beer. Damn, I should have brought
I ain't gonna let you get away with that.
Dickerman. You're a slice of life, you are.
Just a slice, right? A big old sloppy slice.
But so how did that, so you got into that. Were they good shows, or did you have a good time?
They were okay. Basically, it was a big bike rally and barbecue lunch and all that sort of stuff.
Gotcha.
A couple of them, they had bike shows at them.
Gotcha. But it was for a good cause, right?
Absolutely.
That was absolutely for the best cause. Where's your favorite place to play in North Carolina?
Oh.
You're out in Louisville, right? Old Nick's. You played Old Nick's how many times?
I have once.
Just once?
But we played the Vineyard out there, the other Vineyard.
West Bend,
we played there.
Yeah.
I've heard about that place for a long time.
Yeah. So you got a favorite place in North Carolina for our people?
Probably Rancat.
Ah,
Yeah.
in Winston.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You played there?
Yeah, I played there a few times.
Very cool.
They weren't
Very cool.
around very long before all this stuff.
I know,
started.
right.
That
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, you know, my lady right now, Kelly, she's involved with the show a
God
lot.
bless her.
She's down there monitoring it right now, and she watches out for any kind of technical glitches.
Woo.
But she is learning how to play guitar, and it's amazing to watch. I used to be in this quagmire of trying to figure out all the flack from the facts. From where do you go?
Yeah.
Where do you go? And that's where she's trying. Thankfully, she has a lot of cool things on YouTube to look at, and we're in a whole nother place where you don't have to rewind the record or scratch the record up. What would you say for young musicians? I mean, how would you separate the fat from the meat as far as how to play drums? And if you ask me, the thing that I always would go back to, if my son asked me, he's a musician, he plays harmonica, but a drummer I played with named Tommy Crabb, God rest his soul. He passed away. He said, if you can't play one, you can't play none. So go. As far as a drum, if you can't play, his thing was if you couldn't play a snare by itself,
oh yeah, absolutely,
you can't do it. So for young guys out there that may be drummers, how do you separate the flack from what they're hearing online and stuff? And there's a lot of things that people and it's hard for somebody that's learning, because at the same time YouTube is a very helpful tool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can be a very clouding tool.
Yeah, well, so much of it. Yes, there's so much of it.
So if you had to be on YouTube and telling these young cats how to play drums,
I would probably
you say?
And I didn't ever take lessons.
Oh, so you never? Yeah.
But
that's cool.
I would recommend
Very cool.
anybody that's learning to play to find a teacher, an in-person teacher, and stick with that one, because he's going to teach you his stuff.
Right.
There's too much. If you get it on the internet, you get too much.
You get boggled down.
Variety.
Yeah.
And you need to, when you're learning, I'd say kind of focus on.
And that's funny, because that's what Kelly's done. She's found a teacher.
Yeah.
She found somebody on the internet that it worked for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what you have to do. I think that's true too. My go-to when I was a kid, from Statesville, Matt Drake is from Statesville.
Yeah.
And somehow me and him crossed paths when I was 12 years old in the guitar store. I went over to his house for one lesson. I was 12 years old. I was too young to be trying to take lessons from some wild ass like him. And I went home and just played the guitar, for a while to the radio and just tried to figure it. But couldn't have been. And I went back to that source, and it's not that he taught me, but he just told me a couple things that sent me on my way.
Yeah.
That I could find. So yeah, if you can find that person, I guess that can give you a little heads up, or just say, hey man, take this path or go down this path. It can develop into where, I guess the best teachers are the ones that can tell you a couple things and you can figure out the rest.
That's right.
Yeah.
Instead of teaching you every little detail.
Give you those keys to the car, man.
And I don't know if you're like this. I'm sure you are. But a lot of things about music ain't about music.
Yeah.
It's about just approach,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And especially for a drummer, I'm sure it's that way, So, but that's interesting that you are self-taught.
Yeah.
So how do you do that as a drummer? Do you just listen to records and play along, or what?
And watching.
And watching. And see, that's why I say I go back to this 80% of music is visual.
Yep.
Because, really, man, 80% of what I learned as a kid came from, do you remember that show, Night Music?
Oh, yeah.
David Sanborn.
Mm-hmm.
I still watch it. I still go back. You can watch on YouTube and find all the old clips and Austin C. Limits. You could go on there as a kid. I was 14 in the 90s, and you could go on there Austin C. Limits and Robert Craig. You could turn on, David Sanborn and Night Music and see Eric Clapton come on there. You could see Stevie Ray Vaughan. All these people come on.
Before that, it was Soul Train.
Woo!
Yeah.
John Cornelius, baby.
That's right. That's right.
I jiggled my tush to that a few times.
Yeah. And then, when I was little, there was the Ed Sullivan show.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's
Beatles.
where everybody got their stuff from.
I was just watching a video of Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, man.
Saturday
So,
morning.
You know, man, when I saw the Rolling Stones, the thing that really hit me, they have this long platform that came out into the audience.
Yeah.
And somehow, like this was when I lived in Wichita, Kansas. And the Rolling Stones, Ricky, just to get you out of your gyrating.
Sorry. Sorry, I was just thinking about some of these songs I've been talking about.
The Rolling Stones had never played in Wichita, Kansas. And so, like, you know, the place didn't sell out, but, you know, when I got there, my seat was in front of the soundboard. And they were exchanging tickets because the show didn't sell out. So I go up to the ticket place, you can exchange a ticket, and the lady gives a ticket back, and it's 15th row. I'm going, I even had to ask her. I said, hey, is this right? She said, yeah. And, you know, so at some point in the show, they got this long, you know, kind of catwalk thing, and Keith and Mick walk out together, you know, and do their, you know. And you're sitting there thinking, while you watch these guys, you're going, man, these guys have done it all. They've been on the Ed Sullivan Show. You know, I mean...
Now I'm doing stadium shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but just all the stuff...
Greatest rock band ever.
You think back to bands like that have had that longevity, and for better or for worse.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing to think about all the things that they've seen in history. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And all the experiences and all the shows and all... I mean, because Ed Sullivan, you know, there's kids today that don't even know who Ed Sullivan is.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Yeah.
What a fantastic thing. You saw Ed Sullivan. Did you see the Beatles, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
So you were there.
You ever see the Beatles live?
No.
So what was it? Talk about it. Because we've never had anybody on the show. We've had several people on the show that said they were influenced to play music by the Beatles and that performance. But what was it like? I mean, did you know that was coming on that week? Did they advertise it?
Yeah, it was advertised.
So what did your parents think about you tuning in? I mean, some parents weren't.
They were kind of indifferent to it. You know, they like music, but
if you had to describe that experience, what would you say in one word? What would you say?
For me, watching that show,
Yeah,
probably mind blowing.
yeah. I mean, I can't imagine
That TV show.
Watching the Beatles on
Ed Sullivan. Yeah,
Really?
Do you know who the Beatles are, Ricky?
I know. I know who the Beatles are. Maybe the fourth, fifth best
I'm
band of
not sure
all
he
time.
does. I'm
Oh
not
my
sure
God.
he
Well,
does.
you know
You ever
what?
see the Doors?
No.
Oh, sorry.
What bands have you seen as far as like back then? What bands did you go?
Well, I
out
saw
to see?
Stones.
You saw some, what year
Yeah.
was that then?
Excuse me.
What year?
71.
Okay, right on. So they had
Mick Taylor was still there,
with them,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder was in that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Far out. Now where was this? Here in
Charlotte
Illinois?
Coliseum.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man.
Have you best drum?
Yeah,
It's a-
favorite
it's a-
drummer.
it-
Yeah, who
it
is your
is-
favorite drummer?
And it doesn't have to be from some big time band.
Just name 5 of them.
Weinberg, Max Weinberg.
Yeah.
Probably. All time, living or dead.
all
Doesn't
time,
matter.
baby.
Any
all
of them.
time.
Any
Well,
5.
John Bonham, of course.
Bingo. Let's
Keith Moon
Oh God, yeah.
and Steve Gadd, I guess.
So Ringo don't make it.
He got one more. I like Steve Gadd too. The Steve
Ringo.
Gadd's a boss.
Here's the one more.
You're
Ringo.
fucking with me, Bob.
Talk about Ringo's timing. 'Cause, you know,
Ringo
is different than other
Exceptional.
drummers.
He, for somebody to come up with some of the things that they did, like Ticket to Ride, is
Yeah.
a good example.
Yeah.
And he's playing something completely different than anybody else has played, you know, and come together.
You know when they got with George Martin,
Oh,
they
yeah.
came up with this crazy idea to do like a double album.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, have you ever heard that interview with George Martin on YouTube?
I read his book.
Well, that's probably just the same.
Yeah, yeah.
If you ever get a chance, there's an interview with George Martin, and it is fantastic on YouTube. If you're into recording and studio stuff, check it out. Speaking of recording and studio stuff, let's just do a tune.
Dude, I need
You gonna make me
beers.
play again?
I need beer, man.
We gotta make you play again.
I need beer. Damn it, I gave my last one to mouthwash.
Oh, wow.
It's tough being you, ain't it?
It's tough being him.
You know, I just am not sure how professional it is that the co-host just gets up and walks off. I mean, I know he's from Hardwood University, and I know that is, you know.
What do you want?
I
He's
know.
alcoholic.
You're right.
Tony. Come
I
on,
know.
man. Or let's do just like a what do they call it? Old flat tire shuffle, box shuffle, backward shuffle, one of them things.
Please, I'll see what I can do.
Wow. Woo!
That's an old Carrie Bell number, y'all. We just doing a little old blues here tonight, here on the Friday Night Gamble. But you know, Kerry Bell, man, he was a fantastic harmonica player. He played with Muddy Waters, and man, when I think of the blues, I think of Kerry Bell. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah.
You know, he was just. He just embodied the blues as far as his blues harmonica playing and his voice, especially as he got older. You know, a guest that we had on here, I guess with the fourth episode, Mookie Brill. Mookie, Tony, actually had Kerry Bell living with him as a roommate.
Oh, really?
Well, you know, Kerry, you know, he's gone.
Did you not turn off your ringer?
Well, we got a call here. Hold on here. Hello? Floor?
I don't know. It sounds like it's from a...
100%. Okay. Oh. Hello? Hello? It's Terry Baker.
Terry Baker?
What the hell? Where are you? You're in Florida? Do what? In
Tallahassee?
Well, you never showed back up to the show. I mean, as the technical stuff, you were doing the technical stuff here. I mean, all the engineering and stuff, and you never showed back up. We're in Florida in jail. What?
They a serial killer?
No! Get out of here! 8 counts of homicide? Oh God! Did you go down? How did you get down to Florida? Terry used to do our he
used to be our production assistant, like our grip.
To give the folks that maybe hold on, Terry, hold on. Are you safe? Are you okay? Are you in a safe place? How long have you been there, man? How long have you been locked up? I mean, what kind of evidence do they have on you? So the people died from poisonous pizzas? Jeez, I need a goddamn club tail. Tony P, can you believe this?
I mean, I can't believe you're talking to a serial killer. No. I think if somebody called me and said they'd just been accused of it, I'd say bye.
Yeah, I mean, what can we do? I mean, are you innocent? I mean, did you do that? I mean, did you...
See? There's the kicker. He doesn't know. All those people, he doesn't know.
How many? What's the body count? 6 to 8 years? I mean, what took you to Florida in the first place, Terry? I mean, you just... Terry, slow down. What took you there in the first place? Terry, are you safe? Are you safe? Is there anything we can do? Is there anything that Bob can do? Terry, are you there? Are you there? Terry?
Oh, his time ran out.
Is that it, Terry?
I guess
he's done. Well, God almighty, y'all.
I mean, really, isn't that crazy?
My mind is blown. Seriously.
Well, he was always a little off.
He was always a little off.
I mean, yeah.
Tony, you caught him down there on YouTube watching all that Charles Manson
No, I know.
stuff.
You're right. I mean, and he always brought up these obscure people, and he was like, "Who? You don't know them?" And I'd be like, "No, I've never heard of them." Well, he only killed like 13 people, so you should have. You know, and he'd just walk off.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow. Let's do a song. This is tripping me out. I gotta do a shot of Johnny.
I mean,
how about you? You got a Johnny over there?
I'll be watching the news for him. I got it.
Sheesh. Team drink, y'all.
Team drink.
Team drink. Sheesh, I hope those people are okay. Well, let's do a little jazz number here. Well, kind of jazz number. Not jazz, but kind of jazzy blues number. This whole song, Hard Times.
Real slow song?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mother told me before she passed away, said, son, when I'm gone, don't forget to bring, 'cause there'll be hard times. Oh, those hard times. Who knows better than I? Soon find out just what she made. Had her on my door just to hear the rain talk about hard times. Oh, those hard times. Who knows better than I? somebody can take us out of these hard times. And if anybody's going to take us out of these hard
Who's
times,
it going to be?
Richie Cash.
Woo! Richie Cash.
Richie Cash. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Just like I thought. All right. First off, I'd like to congratulate Liz Bloodworth for winning last week.
I thought you were going to say she won again.
Nope. I'm just letting people know
Liz
who
is
are
on
high
a roll.
rollers. When you spin the wheel, baby, you can be a high roller just like Liz and like tonight's winner. The question was, when Thor Whittington was in Okeechobee, what was he hunting for? A, swamp ape, B, yeti, C, Bigfoot. Robert O'Neill, you are a high roller tonight.
Wow, Robert
You got it
O'Neill,
right.
Blues 5.
Woo!
Robert, it's on Blues 5.
You take that money, baby, and you do with it. You know, you put it towards that private jet. You do it.
Spending all of
Do it the way you gotta do it,
Spending all
baby.
of one damn.
But you're a high roller. See you
So what
next
was
week.
what was the answer?
The answer was Swamp Ape
Ah.
from Lake Okeechobee. Now, Matt.
Folks, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Friday Night Gamble. Don't forget, that link to subscribe to my YouTube channel is right there in the description. I got to thank Tony P. He's always on point. Let's give Tony P a round of applause.
Well, thank you, thank you. Sometimes I don't feel like that, but it's nice to hear it.
North Carolina, I don't think this guy is fantastic. He's my good buddy. Richie Cash, I appreciate you. I mean, you just keep it coming, brother. I mean, you're taking people out the poorhouse, I think.
That's what we're rich
Yes.
and beautiful, baby.
You sure are increasing them booze bucks.
We are rich and beautiful. It's great to be rich and beautiful.
Bob Tarleton, how can they find out about you? You're right now currently playing a 60-watt combo.
60-watt
With
combo.
fellow Friday Night Gamble alumni Steve Hodge. We love that guy.
And the very talented Ed Dodson.
I've never met him. We're going to have him on
He and
sometime.
I played together with Sam Moss. And,
Sam Moss, we should have talked about a little bit about Sam Moss, man.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, so he was a pretty, just very quickly, how did Sam Moss, y'all, if you don't know, was a fantastic guitar player on the trad music scene ever since, what, the 70s, I guess, 60s? Yep. And just a humble guy. He had a vintage guitar store in Winston-Salem, I think, right?
Yes, he did.
And
Sam Moss guitar.
just a fantastic guy. We lost him way too soon. I only got to talk to Sam one time, but it's funny that we're talking about Sam and I'm holding this guitar.
Is that
because
from Sam?
Well, no, this isn't from Sam, but this is the guitar I had the night that I met him. And this guitar used to break strings. I had just bought it, and it broke strings like probably 2 strings a set. Yeah. And he came up to me, and he didn't know me, but he said, "Hey," he said, "put some graphite bridges on there," and never had a problem since. But what a fantastic guitar.
Yeah.
Quality, baby, quality.
How can folks find you?
60-watt combo.
60-watt on Facebook.
Facebook. We got a website.
And then 60wattcombo.com.
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right.
We're going to go out with a little jam. Tony P hit that thing about the 30-second mark. Let's just do a little something here, folks. Don't be fooled by imitators. Here are the originators, baby.
Right.
We're going to be back here next week. I ain't going to tell you who's coming on the show because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be one of real good times like this. Yes.